I mean, I guess you can tell people I'm the baddest in the Memphis area. If somebody got something to say, we'll prove it.
Good morning. Got the old dually sitting here running, and there's good reason for that. We have got BabyD loaded up on the trailer, and we are headed to get the exhaust put on. Gonna put a Flowmaster system on this thing. Y'all come along, let's get this done today. All right, folks, we're down here at Jamie Ott's place today. Y'all may know him.
What's up, guys?
Fastest cars in the dirty South and all kinds of stuff.
Yes, sir.
It's funny, but we're not that far apart. We're about an hour apart. I'm at Olive Branch. First time we really hung out, but you also have the track in Bahia, Mississippi. I've been down there quite a few times. And
yes, sir. And I was thinking earlier that if you would bring your top fuel car to Bahia, I'd try you. That's about the only place. It'd have to be Bahia, but I'd probably try you there.
I might have just got called out, y'all.
Well, I mean, the worst part is Bahia's starting line gets pretty good. It's just the rest of it's terrible. So you can probably just, what? And then you'll have me whooped anyway. But the stopping's gonna be your hard part.
Yeah, the stopping will be the hard part. So I love that racetrack.
Yeah.
I was down there, I guess last year you had Sean and Chuck and all the guys were down there. I come down and hung out. You were busy as can be when you're running the track.
Yeah, it's hard to run it racing all at the same time.
Yeah. So I'm dying to look at what we got sitting here.
Yeah.
Tell me about this thing.
Man, this is a sentimental car to me, and it was never like a family member. I just owned it, sold it, and hate I sold it. I sold it for $17,000, no motor, no transmission, no nothing, and I had to pay $25 to get it back. But I had to have it back, so I bought it back. We put a little turbo. I wanted it to be a street car I could drive around, and man, it just wound up working and running way better than I thought it would. But now we got a little bit better motor. I'll show you. This shows you I beat on it. I mean, it's got crap on the side of it, handprints. I mean, I can't make a gas cap stay on it, but it is just an old, regular car. Besides having some good power. I mean, my dome light works on it. I ain't got a cover on it, but when we did it, I mean, it's still got tilt. Like I can just reach inside it. I don't have to do nothing special. Got full exhaust all the way out the back.
Hey, sounds good too.
The guy local had bought a motor and put in his Corvette, and he decided to put the Corvette back stock. So he bought a Mass Motorsports 427.
Yep.
So he put it up for sale. I called him, struck a deal. I bought it, put it in here, and now it's dirty. But man, we like just beat the crap out of this car.
I don't care about them being dirty. You know what I mean? Use it.
No, yeah, I use it.
Use it. You use it.
It's such a good car. My son here's 15. I let him drive his own car the first time when he was 13, and but we'll be at the track, and we'll be at the track, and he'll want to make a pass. So I'll tell him, all right, come on, get in there. So the other day he entered a race called Bottom Bulb, which that's like you can have trans brake or foot brake, but no delay box. So he gets in there, and he has like an 027, 030 light, 027, and then what was it, 0009, something like that. And the guy was like, well, he gets a bye the next round. So I was like, okay. So I put him up there, and man, he's like, Dad, I've never been in a 5, so what can I do to go in the 5s? I was like, all right, it's a bye. He had done been like 605 on the spring. I said, let me just put a little bit in it and just let him at least go like a 595, 96. Put it in there. He goes up there. First lick goes a 581. So
you jump deep off into 5s.
I was like, dang, it went a little faster than I thought. So he goes up, races another round, and has the 09 light and gets another bye for best reaction. So I look up there. Now this thing, I crank it by the key and it's ready to race. So the only way you turn boost on and off is by the CO2 tank. So I'll take it and turn it off, which it still has some in the line. So I'll unplug the line, drain it down, get him ready. So this sucker pulls in the beam, and I look at him, I'm in the back, line him up, and I notice he's reaching behind the seat. I bang on the trunk like, hey, He's like, what? I go around, he's like, I was turning it off. I was like, look, you gotta buy, but I had turned the two-step up because he had went 609 or 622 the first time. And he went 609, so I turned the two-step up so he could be faster. He wanted boost. I was like, Braden, it's a 6-flat cap. You can't go no faster. So he, anyway, we come back up. I turned the two-step, forgot about that. It leaves, got about the wheels about this high in the air, sets them down when it's 567. He comes back, you can't tell him nothing. So he's like, now he's a drag racer.
Right.
Now, how are we? If you probably said one time, and was there ever a number in your life that you said, if I can ever go that, I'll be happy?
Well, I got to tell the truth on that one too, and it happened at Bahia. I wanted my Duster I had to run in the 5s, and my first 5 was down there, and I thought I was the king.
Yeah, but see, if I ever went 4s, I'd be happy. And then I wound up going 450s and X275. Then I bought the cab. We went 390, and that's crazy fast to me, and I never thought I'd do it. So the very first thing with him, he just, early in the night, I just want to go a 5. So he makes this hit. Now he comes back, Dad, what do I got to do to go 550? And I just go at 50. I said, no. But anyway, man, it's just a little car we beat on and love, and I guess I'll never sell it. It'll be here forever.
Sound like me and Dentley. That's what I call the 4-door truck. Dentley.
Oh, yeah. I call this a little scrappy.
A little scrappy.
Yeah. They have kids races, just different stuff like that, and he just fell in. So it's just something we let him do and have fun with.
Heck yeah. So are you addicted now?
He's got an S10 that we actually pulled the motor out of the Nova and we did for him, so we're fixing to start on it. But I told him, you're not racing it if you don't work on it. If you don't work on it. Now, he ain't got the luxury you got and have a crew chief and people fix the motors and do all that, but you probably don't have that on that thing. Yeah,
this has been all me at home by myself.
Yeah. Well, man, it's a pleasure having you here. We like that you chose us, let us try to fix your hot rod for you.
I was excited about it. I mean, I will tell you, you got a good reputation around here for doing good work and doing stuff, and I just wanted to come here and get it done. I thought it would be cool, and I really wanted to see this thing. I've seen it on the fastest cars in the Dirty South, and
man, we went to a race in H-Town. It's a really good deal a guy puts on. All the money that the race takes in, like it's a street race, but the mayor's involved, and all the money made goes to the town. Like they built playgrounds for kids with it and stuff like that. So we go there, and there's some guys complaining like, man, we're going home. We're not racing. That road's dangerous. The next round, I come up, and I'm racing my other vehicle. Like I have he wound up buying it from me, but my guy Blake Curry is one of my good friends. He drove my truck. I was like, Blake, well, neither one of us are going fast enough right now to win this race. We need to turn them both up to see if they'll take it. We're racing each other, so whoever goes faster needs to keep going.
Right.
Because we had drew each other. He's like, all right. So I go over there, and of course, this thing on a drag radial on the road, just terrible leaves on the back bumper, like 300 foot out. And we get back around, Blake spun. I beat Blake. You made mine spin so you could whoop me. Oh, no, I didn't. But it's crazy how the little car works and just makes a lot of fun. Man, the thing with them that people that's never drove one don't know that you can just roll off and mat it to the floor and it don't have no power. But when the turbo comes, it's got power. It's like just crazy fun. This thing here, we did it on like a conservative tune to just start out. Because I run on pump E85, no intercooler, nothing like that. And it made right at 1,000 to the back tires like that. On like 16 pounds of boost, but it'll probably make 1,300 or so like turned up.
Dang.
The problem with it is if I take it to a radial track and try to go fast, we've been 144 with it in the 8. If we try to go faster, it'll just try to flip over backwards. It don't have like a middle point.
Right.
And the bad thing, I can go 127 60 foot and the tire comes up this high. If I go 126.5, it's on the back bumper.
No kidding.
It's like it don't have a middle.
It don't have an in between.
Yeah, it just don't. They just don't. You gotta keep after it, because if you don't, the guy you're racing is gonna keep on and he's gonna get faster than you. And
it's funny. We just was talking about it. He wanted to go that 550. Now it's gonna be 540.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 530. It don't stop.
His mama said, I don't want to see him do that right now. I said, we're going to have to go in the concession stand. We're going to do it. I don't know what to tell you.
And still messing with cars.
Look here.
So, Clay, what do you want to do out the back?
Right now, look here. Is this okay right here where he can go ahead and weld?
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Just make sure we got plenty with this dry shit. Josh, make sure that wire is straight before you tack it. Josh, don't mess up. This is your big chance.
I'm gonna have to tack down here
Right there.
The YouTube world is watching, brother.
Yeah.
This is your big chance.
You should have wore a welding hat. Now they see you have a ball spot.
Ain't no ball spots. I named the balls.
Hey, as long as he ain't got a see, you shouldn't have turned the mask around. They wouldn't have known it was you. Good. Yeah. I did a SEMA with the cab.
I remember it
I was
there.
in the Pennzoil booth.
Yep.
And man, everybody just liked that car. I guess it was just different.
Oh, it was completely different.
But one of the guys that loved that car just crazily was Goldberg, the wrestler.
Yeah.
Like he was at SEMA, he walked up, he loved it, like took pictures of it.
He's a car guy.
Yeah.
He is a car guy. So I got to tell a quick Goldberg story. So a couple years ago, I went to Saudi Arabia. Me and David Freiberger, they had basically like a SEMA show.
This one.
Yeah.
And I work out every day. I work out 5 days a week. So we're at this super nice place in Saudi Arabia. So I head to the gym. I kind of start stretching, getting my mornings going. And had just stood up, getting all stretched out, ready to actually like move a little weight around. And I look up and Goldberg walks in, you know, big freaking Goldberg. And I'm like, man, I had a good workout. I didn't want to be in there when he was working out. I'm over picking up 30 pounds. He's gonna be picking up 300.
So do you like old cars much or more?
I love old cars.
Have you seen my truck in there? Let me show you this. This was a barn find that I got from a friend, and it started, but like I said, I was almost finished and I quit. This is 66.
Oh man.
And I can't, to me, it's just got the perfect patina.
That is freaking awesome.
I've never seen them with green and blue and red and just all the colors like that.
Golly, that thing's freaking cool.
And I got pictures of when it came out of the barn. Now, I pulled the intake off to use on something else that I wasn't done, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna burn.
That is freaking cool.
I just got
wow.
It's just sitting. I ain't had time to finish it, but
man, that is freaking sweet.
it's got twins. We cut this here because these things have air that can come in right here, so it gets air to the turbo. But we put an air-to-air intercooler down here in it. And so all I really got left to do is put the throttle body on it, run stuff to the turbo, and run the fuel system, and it's done.
Man, I love this.
Yep, it's something different.
That is freaking awesome. I even love the rust hole. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love it.
Yeah, I didn't want to change it. Now, when you was down at the other shop, you see my old C50 I've been working on?
I wasn't paying attention to nothing, no.
It's crazy. Braden, go down there and crank it up and drive it down here. You just drive by the key and put it in gear. I wanted something that was up to date, that wasn't just crazy, that I could drive anywhere, but I wanted it to look old.
Right.
And, so I had an 06 Dodge Cummins that had 170,000 miles on it that I used to like pull to events or whatever we do. And I kept looking at that thing, and I looked at my C50 and I was like, man, I want to put that cab on that Dodge. And everybody up here's like, no, man, don't, blah, blah, blah. That's too good of a truck. You're tearing that truck up. Buy another one and do it. I was like, but I bought this truck cheap. I paid $5,000 for it. Now they're 15 since everything's went crazy high.
Exactly.
And I told my buddy, I was like, I'll have to pay $15,000. I said, do you want to give me $15,000? Heck no. I was like, well, I'm tearing this one apart.
Yep.
So man, just sitting on a Friday, that's where I mess them up. I was like, well, what we got going on right now? Oh, not a lot. All right, well, let's get to work. We're finna pull all of this. We're pulling this body off, putting this cab on, and I didn't realize when I started it, I had to move the motor back in the chassis 10 inches.
Oh, wow.
So then the motor comes back to the dash in the truck, like even with the dash.
Right.
So we got it in. We've got most of that done. This is it. I'll let you check this thing. It's something different. It ain't ready. We're still working on it. We built the bed.
Oh, I did look at that. I didn't realize that's what you're talking about.
Yep, it's
So this is a 06 Dodge chassis.
oh, it's a 4-door 06 Dodge truck.
That's freaking awesome. Yes.
They cut these out for me on their plasma table, and I almost had him do it, and I didn't. And once I put it on there, I'm like, I should have. So we're gonna come here and cut a toolbox in it, and then have that, and then the other side I'm gonna put a slide-out generator on it, and just different stuff like that. But here's our deal. What I was telling you a while ago. See how far the motor had to come back in it.
Wow.
So we're still working on that. Now the crazy thing is, when I did this swap, if you do it and you like use one of the Dodges, we didn't touch the wiring harness.
Yeah.
Like we pulled it out of the Dodge, I put it all back in this truck, and come around this side and I'll show you what we did. So we're not done, but we got the gauge cluster incorporated into the factory bezel of the C50.
That's freaking cool.
So only thing I got left, I got to mount the gas pedal. But see, I took this whole aluminum deal comes out of the Dodge.
Yep.
And I just drilled the holes in the firewall. So we basically, I never even had to bleed the brakes. I put the booster and that piece together, and now it put every bit of that in here. So if you look, I have a Dodge steering column in it, but I put the old steering wheel on it.
That's cool.
And now it's just like the Dodge again. Cranks up like that. The gas pedal, I just got to mount it, but so it's getting there. So I'll have cruise, tilt, everything like it would be any other way. So just something different. But this is another one that I'm 3/4 finished with.
Right.
I ain't finished working on. My son went in there and grabbed the other one. I told him I'm selling this truck. He don't want to sell it. He says he's got to keep it. But that's the one right there that's got the 12 valve.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Another one I'm 3/4 done. I ain't finished.
That's still a cool truck.
Yeah, I bought it as a flatbed dually, and then put this body on it. But
that's cool truck.
But the way the nose is made in it, we had to notch the firewall a little, but not like that one.
Yeah, that one ain't bad.
No, we're gonna clean the insides up, paint it, put windows in it.
Still got the original key in it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Something different. What about that turn signal switch? You need that on your dragster.
Yep.
Ain't you ever seen them dudes when they race, they turn their blinker on when they're winning?
Yeah.
So you can do that. Talking about the Shane out there, this is where I have a problem with him out all the time. Look where he was.
Oh, he had cutting logs. Now what I'm worried about is, am I going to hear something knocking and rattling?
Yeah, you not heard all these.
I hadn't heard all the noises. See what this thing's going to sound like.
Who built the motor?
Junkyard, backyard, Hemi Bill.
Oh. Look at that.
Dang, that sounds pretty good.
I don't think they're gonna think this is just a regular Dodge no more.
That sounds good. Dang, bro, that sounds good.
Yeah, I like it.
That sounds good. It does. It does. I think y'all might know what you're doing.
Dang, kid. Dang, we just follow his lead. If we can keep him from falling asleep, he'll get the job done.
You don't sleep around here, do you?
That's my favorite thing to do.
This is nose life. I told him one day, I said, Shane, turn your truck around out back and pull out front. We're gonna pull stuff through here. He went out back to turn around. About 5 minutes goes by. I was like, what is he doing? We walked back here, he's asleep.
It was raining, it just felt right. It just felt right.
You gonna ride down the road one time?
Nope.
Y'all get real power. The bad thing with like a turbo is like most people that never had one don't realize though. Like you pull up here with a blower car and you just were to give it a little bit of gas and punch it. See how it does.
Yep.
It just don't spin, there's no power. Now, if you do that and do this,
Yep.
that's quick.
Now it's making power.
Yeah. So it's just so much different. And the exhaust hurts it power wise. I've been 529 at Bay with this car.
That's crazy, dude.
And it's
And drive it everywhere.
And it took a lot to get me to be able to do it, just because of the figuring out what I had to do out back. The starting line there gets good. Out back sucks.
Yeah.
So it's just like you just kind of roll it. That's on the spring there, like no boost in it. But if you like make it really make boost, it's like a world of like just crazy the difference.
I mean, this is cool. I mean, it's a freaking car.
Yeah.
And it just got small roll cage in it.
My buddy bought this car in the beginning, and he come to Holly Springs one day. We was all down there playing. He's like, man, I can't figure out. My car keeps throwing a belt, like it's slinging an alternator belt off of it. Now this thing's got a transmission.
Yeah.
But he said it keeps throwing a belt. I can't figure out why. I got to looking at it. I said, raise the hood up, because he had sitting still and revved it one time and threw the belt off.
Every day.
I was like, well, put the belt back on and let's look at it. It looks like it's lined up perfectly. Man, that sucker revved it up, and when he did, the crank did this, and the motor. The thrust was so
Thrust
bad.
was junk.
Yeah. Man, this is just, you can't beat something like this with a
Oh, this
turbo.
is unbelievable.
And
This
that's the
freaking-
deal with like your truck,
Yep.
the Hemi. But man, that's why this old car, I just can't do much different with it. I like the fact that it's just
He's got some go, brother. Holy crap.
you can't tell back there, it's just laying rubber as hard as you roll into it.
You can feel the turbos coming.
Oh yeah, it's got little ones. It's got 72s on it.
Yeah.
They're small, but like yours, I don't know if you got them yet, but I wouldn't put that crazy vehicle.
I got 262s.
That's mine.
That's what I got, 262s.
Well, that motor's what, a 5.7?
It's 426 inches now. Whatever that is. It was a 6.1, but we stroked it and it's now 426 inches.
Yeah. Man, you'll love it. For something you drive and have fun. Like you say, we sit here at the red light, we drive down the road,
man,
we
it's
sit here
crazy.
and talk and do whatever. That's the only problem. These cars, you can't put a tire on.
Right.
Chevy dude just sucks.
Yeah, that'll put a grin on your face. That thing gets with it. When the turbos come, it definitely, it gets with the program in a hurry.
Y'all punch it down there?
Oh yeah.
Look, when I rode into it and I let off the gas, they looked at me and said, I don't think I want to race you with the dragster. I'm going to leave you alone. So.
All right, guys. The team has got the old BabyD sounding good. I appreciate it, brother. That was awesome.
Man, I've never been a humongous fan of single exhaust, but that stuff sounds good.
It
like
does.
to have that, and that's a really nice kit Flowmaster does.
And I gotta tell you, and I said it on this video, I didn't know what to do on this thing, but again, we're not looking for max power. We just want to have something sounds good, and y'all crushed it. It sounds great.
Man, it does. It's gonna be a fun ride. Now, the only problem is when you're riding around, they're gonna know that's not a V6 no more.
No, they're not. So I want everybody to,
Yeah.
from my channel, y'all go check out Jamie, what he's got going. Where can they find you at?
Yeah, on Facebook we're Memphis 10, and on YouTube Memphis 10, same way, I guess. I'm not. Look, y'all are the YouTube savvy people. I don't. I tell Brandon, when you make some of these posts, you gotta dumb them down. Some of us ain't smart as everybody else.
Well, I do it all on my iPhone. I talk about it all the time, and I'm learning how to do it, but I have fun doing it, and I am totally blown away with all the vehicles that you got going here. I knew you were the man to do the exhaust, but I had no idea all the Cummins swapped old trucks, all the things y'all got going. And the ride in Scrappy, that's awesome. That thing will get it.
Yeah, little Scrappy, it's a fun little car.
And I got to thank every one of these guys down here. They made this all happen today. This man just told me he drives 106 miles every day. That's crazy, bro. You must love your job.
Yes, sir. I do. Love it.
Hey, when you got somebody cool as me that you work for, you can't beat.
That's the big reason.
No, I'm
right
kidding.
there. Jamie Otts, big reason right there.
Well, folks, I appreciate you watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, and y'all check out Memphis 10. And we got to get BabyD on the dyno where we can go burn some tires up and make my wife mad for buying tires all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Thank y'all.
I'm gonna,